10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling show on the planet.
That's right. You're here on Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling show on the planet. And again, you're here for AEW All Access Review. 2/5 of us are here again. I don't know, guys. You know, you're going to get who you're going to get here. Nikki might pop up for reals this time. If Nikki can come back. Nikki's enjoying life. Everyone's enjoying life. They're outside.
There you go.
Outside.
We are inside.
We are.
to give you our thoughts and, to review the latest All Access episode 5.
We're almost done.
We're almost done.
I'm kind of sad.
I mean, so am I, because 6 episodes, it just does not seem enough.
Yeah, it's I gotta it's like a little tease.
Right?
And I'm like, I like this. Can I have more? And they're like, no.
Yeah.
But let's get in, like we said, episode 5, Winter is Coming, which actually my girl Mika went to down in Texas. So that was a fun time. Let's just go in. We're gonna get through this really quickly because the Buck segment this week, it's the same old. We just got to see Mrs. Matt, Dana, today.
Mm-hmm.
We're still in the best of 7 series. They're still in their feels. It's the same old.
Yeah. About not being properly received and all that other good stuff. Hi.
Yeah. I get it. I'm a little over it, and that's coming from someone who loves the Elite. Okay. We need stakes. We need something.
Something, again, like we said the last 4 episodes, that they kind of shot themselves in the foot by not revealing everything or revealing something, or at least acknowledge things that went on, because now we're supposed to kind of care about this trajectory about you getting booed. And it's like, well, a lot of wrestlers get booed, right? But y'all are specifically in your feelings, which you can be, but
I get it. But it's so weird, and it's just same old. I need something new. I don't know. Yeah. But yeah, that was it. There's really nothing to write home about this week. Meanwhile, over here we see Britt. I think she's doing some scans for her little gifs for the Instagram or something. I like her in gear with the flippy flop first. I'm just into that. That was funny to me.
Mm-hmm.
But Willow comes up and asks for some dental advice. I love a Willow cameo on this show.
Yes. Okay. Here are my thoughts.
Okay.
Because this part, it kind of, it's either the way that they cut it. I'm guessing it's the way that they cut it, because honestly, watching the episode twice, I was like, oh, this doesn't make any sense, because Willow comes up asking about her teeth, and Britt, she does her thing. They want to showcase that she is a real dentist and that she just doesn't wear whatever. And so she takes a look, and then it kind of goes into oh, you're doing a good job, and of course I will. And I'm like, this has nothing to do with the problem of Willow having her teeth. Never full circle. And it just kind of segued into something else that didn't make sense, and it just seemed like that's kind of what they were angling for. And then they were like, well, how can we get there? How can we get Britt to have this conversation? How can we get her to say these things?
Yeah, it was very weird. I mean, it's less weird than the random MJF scene last week.
Yes.
But still kind of weird. I mean, I'm going to take whatever Willow I can get, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it started out one way, and it wasn't a casual turn into it. It was just yeah, you're doing great. I really want the women's division to be stacked. What? There was no. It was like, you ever have conversations with your friends who may have a little mild ADHD? This is what it was.
Or the friends who they obviously want to talk about something, and so they're not really listening to, or they're trying to find a way to segue to their thing that has nothing.
So, anyways, yeah.
That's what it felt like. But okay, we love Willow. Glad
We
that
do.
she's All Elite.
Yeah. I mean, Britt does make good points about the women's division. It was just the way we got there was just real weird. Kind of a light Brit episode. This is more, about her mans and Adam Cole Bebe's road back to the ring and getting healthy. We see her have this fun, nice little conversation with
Kenny.
We see Kenny. I like that showing. She just like pulls her like phone out and was like flashlight. She's like, oh, I know what this is.
Okay, so like JD did not watch the episode. Hi, JD, you did not watch the episode.
Oh, you mean this?
Yes.
Listen, I couldn't find the best photo, so
it's accurate. If you watch the episode, you know what's going on. JD, go watch the episode and then ask us.
Willow's asking about her teeth. She's asking some dental advice.
There you go.
Because when you know a dentist, you're gonna ask about your teeth.
Boo!
Whoa!
Spicy today.
Whoa! I tell you every Wednesday that I do what I can. And I can't help that sometimes the internet doesn't give me what I need, or sometimes people's faces just be weird, Tony.
Exactly. If we can't find the official photos, we gotta go and screenshot. You know what I mean?
Do what I can do. Especially All Access. You guys, I'm struggling with All Access. So if the internet can help me, we got one more week.
JD, send us some
sounded like complaints, JD.
Sounds like complaints to me too.
Oh no.
And we think it's hilarious. Anyway.
But these two have a cute conversation, which leads to this cute little question. Like, are you sick of having 5-star matches? That was cute. She says he's like her brother. He gives her advice. That was very cute. And he wants to go see Adam go roll around in the ring and see if he can get back in the ring. So I like seeing this. How do you feel?
Okay, first of all, Kitty says, welcome to my humble commode. Okay, did you catch that? I was like, Kitty, please. Also,
I love that man.
The humble commode isn't humble because that looks super nice. Like, sir, you got the digs, okay?
He knows. He knows.
Got the nice digs. So
Britt walked in and was like, this is nice. Like, wish you fully had that voice.
Hilarious. But cute. I do like I do like that she, that they both want Kenny to be there and for support and obviously so he can be a part of it and take a look as well. So yeah, I thought it was cute.
Mm-hmm. And it's nice to see Kenny in something other than the Elite being sad boys.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah, so this is nice. And then we later go see Adam get back in the ring and test it. He wants to go to LA now, which was back in January, middle of January. You and I were both there for, to try to come back. So they test him, they go to the ring, we got medical. Kenny's there for moral support. He gets in the ring with them a little, and they're like, all right, if you're not feeling it, let us know. Like, they're very serious. Like, we can see that they're doing what they have to do to get him to be okay. Mm-hmm. He does admit he's dizzy though at one point. He gets a little dizzy running the ropes.
He does. Bosa, I think listen, I would be too, like, serious injury, right? That like, and she doesn't want him to go back too soon. She doesn't want him to hurt himself. So yeah, I would be nervous too. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, if it's the point where he was like vomiting and dizzy and like terribly ill, like she saw him at the worst of it, so she's like, oh, I don't know if I want you doing this again. And she knows, she understands more than anybody else that he loves it and all that, but she's like, nope. So of course she's nervous. You love that person
for sure.
So but he's ready, and the doc clears him. and he can come back. And we will see that
We got
next week.
Yep, we saw what's his name? Bryce.
Yep. Yes, this was a good, nice, feel good episode. They're ready. And really this whole episode was the Tay and Sammy show this week.
Truly.
Most of everything is these two. Really upsetting that I'm liking them. I've been saying this all the time. I'm upset. We see Sammy's mom.
She was cute.
She pitched a t-shirt to Tony, and he was fully embarrassed by his mother.
And it's like, aren't we all? You know what I mean? Those of us that, have our moms, don't we all just feel like, okay.
Yeah, I think if your mom has been around your coworkers, your boss, I think she may have said something embarrassing to them.
Right. But this was cute to see him, take Tay to where he used to wrestle, and just kind of have those memories and experience that, show her and have his mom there for moral support. And, he gets emotional talking about how he had this dream and that he's like living it and that's coming true. And so, he gets a little emotional and his mom comforts him. And I'm like, it's so cute.
We love supportive parents.
We do. JD, what are you saying over here? You've left a lot of comments.
He might.
Posting all of your comments, please. I mean, one would have to know One Direction choreography in order to spot it. So, JD, you too are a One Direction fan? I'm just saying. I don't know.
I know, Joseph. It's upsetting. Yes. Your mom will always embarrass you.
Truly.
If you have a good relationship with your mom, and she will embarrass you. But she's also very proud of him, which is very cute. Like, she's wearing his merch. She's like cheering him on. She's like more excited watching his little like brawl with Mox than like Tay is. She's like, yeah, I see this every week, whatever.
Right.
And it was like cute when he was on the phone, like, okay, like making sure she's, ready for the show. Like Kip Sabian's on the phone with his mom, and she's like, oh, hey, like, it's so cute.
It's adorable. It's adorable. JD, no comments. Exactly. We did see the tears. We did see, were there tears coming from Sammy's eyes? I believed him. I believed it.
He was. I think he's like, listen, say what you want. He said some things. He's not, but he's growing. But I think he does feel like, wow, look I came from this room and jumping off this random piece of the building for not much money to now I have a whole wife and a whole spot on national TV. So I think he is really grateful. I'm not. So it's probably like, it is kind of trippy because you're like, whoa, I wrestled here and now I'm in this big arena.
Yeah.
Even if you were just getting punched in the face by Mox. Like, just an honor. I would be honored.
Sure.
But he's still upset because he's not getting singles matches and a story, and Tay's over here having her beef with Ruby, and so he's kind of like, what's going on? What do I do? My mom's here. I want to show off. Like, he's going through it.
Proud member of the Mommy Appreciation Society. All right.
Oh my God.
I think certain people are pissed because AEW flaunted his previous relationship. Now he is married.
Yeah.
I was not watching back then, so I've just heard, so now I need to like Google and do a deep dive because
it was wrong. Listen. Things happen, life happens. It was just very public. You do things very publicly, and then you do other things very publicly. People are gonna have opinions. So you brought us in. And now you're facing the repercussions of bringing us in. But now we're on a redemption tour.
That's true. People hate on him because he's living the life they want to live. I mean, listen, there's something to be said to be determined to do something and being like, this is what I want to do, and then I am going to do it. You know, this is what I want to be when I grow up, and I'm going to work and I'm going to do it. And, you know, for a lot of people, that's not necessarily possible for whatever reason. And so, yeah, I think, you know, there definitely are some haters for that reason. But I think it's even, you know, more inspiring to see someone who's like, this is what this is what I wanted to do, and to have a mother and a parent who's supportive, who was like, okay, let's find a way, right?
Yeah, most people don't. They're like, I want to be a wrestler. They're like, absolutely not.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
And Tay, she's looking so happy over here, everybody, because her and Ruby have this match at Winter is Coming. And the feelings are deep. Ruby is still mad. Ruby still has this beef with Tay, and Tay's like, I just want to do my job. I want to do good. I hope we don't, you know, nothing happens. In the end, the match goes well, and they both feel good about it. Ruby's still spicy. Who knew?
Who knew?
Who knew this would make Ruby the bad guy? Ruby's.
Honestly, we just need the tea about what happened when y'all are at WWE. Like, please give us the tea. Why do y'all hate each other? Like, what happened? Just give us a little something, and then we can connect the dots. And I think
I told you last week that I still think it was something very innocent on Tay's part, because she still doesn't know the business. I still think she did something that Ruby thinks is disrespectful. And she's still holding it against her. And now she thinks she's going to break her nose every time they're in the ring. That's just what I feel. I could be wrong. She could actually have done something.
Yeah.
I don't remember them like working too much together, but that was a long time ago. I don't know. But yes, Joseph. Yeah, we're going to see that. Everything's going to LA. Ruby is holding, she is, yeah. Maybe Ruby needs therapy.
How much of it is a gimmick? How much of it is real?
True. We don't know.
Yeah,
she could be playing it up for the cameras to build, like, okay, well, let's keep this story going. But
Ruby,
now
otherwise, come and tell us. Come on here and tell us.
Please do. Yeah, there's always an open invitation, Ruby.
Always.
But also the other thing is, now they're both heels, so they could end up being friends. They are friends. She worked with the JAS 3 weeks ago. Okay, see, I'm not wrong. Okay. Yeah, I want to know. I don't know what happened there. Nobody knows. But they worked well, and their match was well received. Tony was very happy about this match. He was so hyped for them. We got a lot of Tony cameos today that I wish I had screenshots of, but
he's a good
lot
job.
of Tony. He was so happy.
That was great. That was so awesome.
I mean, yeah, but
it could be. I think. Listen, I think that they're. Yes, and also when your aggression is towards like a specific person, then it's not necessarily you just being a punk, unless you're a punk to everybody, like an Eddie Kingston, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Eddie's an equal opportunity hater.
Yes, like he is a menace to everyone, even like people that he loves. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's like there's that. I don't know.
Yeah. But yeah, so it goes well. They have a good time. Tay's super happy. After I'm gonna lead into what this is first before Sammy has a match with Mox. It was actually on Rampage, not Dynamite, but he has that match with Mox. They worry he might have a concussion, so they do concussion protocol with him. Tay's a little worried. There's blood. He's fine. It was all good, but he does appreciate the doctors and the refs taking care of him. And after that, we see him with Tony, and Tony's like, "You good?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm good. I want to talk to you." this is where we get this moment of them, and he's like, "What about me being a singles? What are we gonna do?" And Tony shows us his very, very organized plans for how he books all of these shows.
Love it. JD, I'm not posting that comment. I'm not posting that here. Al, you can read it. I'm not posting that. Please. Not posting it.
Nope.
Anyway, Sammy is creatively frustrated. I mean, sure. You know what I mean? Like,
I get it.
yeah. Because I think
also,
what he said was right. You know, a couple episodes back where it's like when he is on TV, Tay is not. And when she's on, I'm not. So it's never just, you know. And you're right. Like when you're not on, you're one of the top ones, and you're 3 weeks in a row you're not showing up. It's like, oh, you know. So, I mean, maybe that's how he writes. Listen, grown men, I feel like I've seen 2 in my entire life with good handwriting. So like,
honestly,
all my light went
or
out.
like, I do that too. If I really need a thought written down, it is not legible. You know, you just have to get the thought out, and then you go back and write it later, or, you know, maybe he has it nicer somewhere else, but maybe this is just for him. This is just his hieroglyphics. Maybe that's the key. If you can't read it, it's not for you. Like a doctor. Well, no, a doctor needs to be read. But he just needs the secret code. He just needs the thoughts. He probably, like, I don't know if this man sleeps, but maybe with like the hour he sleeps, then he wakes up and he's like, I have an idea. And then he jots it down.
Probably. I could totally see that. I'd be frustrated too, like to put it on Tony's Trapper Keeper of scribbly scrabbly notes. Okay. JD, you are just spicy today.
Yeah, what happened, JD?
You're spicy today. The crypto blockchain makes more sense than Tony's note. Stop it.
JD is out of control.
You are on one today. Hilarious.
But yeah, I mean, I get it. But then he says, hey, there's plans for you. We got you. And we've seen it. We saw it later. You know, Action Andretti and Ricky and him and Jericho. We saw that happen. Trios matches. And here we are. What are we, almost 6 months later? And Sammy is in the main event picture. So sometimes you have to trust the process, even if it is written on a weird folder. Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's the hug for me at the end. Tony's hugging everyone today. One thing that man is a hugger.
Yeah. Anyway. JD, I'm not posting that comment either. Please.
You know what? That's the end of this episode. That's what we get. And but next week is our finale, and we're gonna be in LA. Well, the finale is in LA. We're gonna relive Adam Cole's return, the Bucks winning their best of 7 ladder match. I'm excited to go back to this day because that was a magical night. So
it was, and I'm concerned. I mean, like, not concerned. I'm like recalling, because that was the show where I was able to go backstage, and I remember cameras. I remember cameras being back there, and I was like, "What are they shooting?"
I hope we see a little blurred out you.
I doubt it. I highly doubt it. But it was just like very much like it was like quick, and I was like, "Oh, like what are they shooting?"
Yeah, because you're just like, well, of course, cameras are everywhere. They're filming something for something all the time.
Well, no, like the person I was with, they were like, well, I think they're like shooting something for the show, and I was like, oh, okay, I just kind of put it out of my mind, and now I'm like, oh, now I'm trying to recall like what happened like backstage.
I know. I'm even trying to think like walking into the building or, you know, inside. I was like, I don't remember anything.
Yeah,
but who knows? You could do there could be somewhere.
truly, I think I would like to see, I think the moment I remember when I was back there is everybody watching the death match or the street fight or whatever. That was really cool to see everybody kind of surrounded. There's a TV back there and they're all watching. And I was watching too. And I'm like, oh, Lord. So,
oh man. Yeah. What a match. One of my favorites.
Casey, you are Casey. Late. Please. Hi, Casey.
Oh my goodness.
Listen, no comment. Would be a fun little game. I saw. Okay.
Before we head out, because we ran through this real quick, we're going to let you know where you can find us, our other lovely hosts, throughout the week. We're going to throw it to our TK, not this TK, not this man, but our fearless leader.
Mm-hmm. Hey peeps, TK Trinidad here, boss lady of Women's Wrestling Talk. And I want to say thank you so much for watching, because you've got millions of options. Plus, you don't have to worry about sharing your password to check us out. But while you're here, hopefully you know we have so many more shows to watch, like Turnbuckle Glam, Raw post-show, WoW post-show, AEW Dynamite post-show, Women's Wrestling Army post-show, NXT post-show, Impact Wrestling post-show, AEW Rampage and SmackDown Live post-show, On the Scroll, ROH post-show, WWT Live, plus all of our interviews with the hottest women's wrestlers in the game. Make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. Check out our website at www.talkpod.com and follow us on all social media platforms at www.talkpod, and make sure to spread the word. That means send this to the group chat. Yes, even the person with the green bubble. Thanks again so much for watching Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling show on the planet. Ciao for now.
Yes, that's where you can find us all week. Also, we have a ton of interviews, including one Miss Trinity, our new Impact star, with our like I said, our very own TK, our fearless leader. Check that out. Mm-hmm. Aisha, you just dropped an interview.
I did, with Brittany Brooks. Go watch. That was fun. She's great and just like bubbly and like energy. Like I love that
interview.
Like, it was my first interview, but like I loved it. It was like my old grizzled heart, and she's just like, oh, bubbly, and I'm like, this is great energy. I need this. So y'all go watch it, and then check out all the other interviews that everyone has done. They're great.
Yes, check it out. Mm-hmm. Check it out. Well, where can we find you online doing your thing?
Y'all can find me on Twitter. I tweet about stuff I'm watching. Currently, I started watching Biography, WWE Legends. I started watching that and finding it very interesting so far. So I'll be tweeting some more about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think this is edited weird.
I was like, okay.
And you know where to find me, Alia, 2 underscores. All right. We'll see you next week for the finale.
Yes,
hopefully we'll all be together again, but if not, it'll be the 2 of us again. Yeah, it's a big night. Turnbuckle Glam will be back next week, I believe. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you next week or throughout the week if you want to watch Women's Wrestling Army post show. If you want to watch the Dynamite post show, Ring of Honor show will be back this week. I promise. Life happened. So we will all be back. See us later, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling show on the planet.